Peace, my family, and roll back to all the woke ones out there and those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. This is your girl, the butterfly, and we about to take off. Let's fly. I just want to send you all that good healing energy your way and hope you all are out there. Keep it, your mind right in that good nine mind. How y'all feeling today, my people? I hope you guys are keeping your energies right with that high frequency. I just wanted to share some ways that you can keep your energies high and get right. Because as long as you're nourishing the body in the right way, your mind can get right as well. It's all about what you're feeding the mind, the body, and your soul, and the spirits. Understand that it's all interconnected. So as long as you're taking care of yourself, which is self-love, taking care of yourself, you begin to start to feel that good love frequency. But it starts with you beginning to take care of your inner being, your true being, your real self, your soul. It's time for you to start feeding more of your soul than your flesh. Because your soul needs food too. And that food, I like to call it, is the knowledge of self. Also, the body needs nourishment as well to keep your body in its natural state, at its top notch, whole. It requires nourishment. And these are the ways you can nourish your mind, body, soul, spirits. And it goes like this. It starts with live foods. You have to have live foods in your systems, my people. Live foods is what is needed to keep the body healthy. I know it sounds redundant when you're piecing it all together, because everyone should know by now that fruits and vegetables keep the body healthy. At the end of the day, that is what is needed to nourish your mind, body, spirits, and soul. Also, to get the proper vitamins and minerals, you can use herbs. Of course, you need to do your research on that and the proper intake of certain herbs for your vitamins and minerals. Do your research. Again, all of those things is needed to keep the body at its top notch and get your energies right at a high frequency. Also, water. The body's made up of, you can say 70%, 75, 80, again, mostly water. So we must also be feeding our bodies water. That is what is needed to get your energies right and filling at a high frequency. Moving away, minimizing the sugars. Staying away from the sugars because the sugars and salts damage the body and poisons the body and makes you ill. So it's about slowly eliminating it all together and minimizing as much as the intake as you can. Preferably substitutes at best. Again, that is what's going to help you, especially with getting to a high frequency. The junk foods is also damaging to the body. And people know this, of course, knowing that junk food is not good. That also can bring you at a low frequency. And let me just also say the meats. Meats are not the same anymore. And they're not good for your body. Intaking red meats in general. In the holy tablets, when people start to realize and know who they really are. As supreme beings, it is written that we were called to be vegetarians. And that's at your top notch. Okay? And releasing and letting go of the dairy, of course, is how to move at your top notch. So, it's about wearing yourself off of certain things, your time, and getting yourself to that vegetarian state. And wearing yourself off of meats that are not good for you. And wearing yourself off through time is just the same thing. The same thing goes for addictions, drugs, things like that, because we didn't take those type of things to keep the body pure, to keep the body healthy. It's about keeping the body at its top notch, keeping the body whole, not poisoning the systems. We have to start by taking care of our inner spirits and our soul. And smoking and drinking hard liquor, everyone knows, is poisonous to the body. And through time, if you're doing this, it can cause your self-destruction. So it's real. And that goes for foods you eat. That goes for all of it, you know? So we have to learn what we're doing to ourselves and pay attention to what we're doing. And get outside of, our desires and wants because certain things taste good. But guess what? It doesn't mean that it's actually good for you. And we have to start working on those triggers inside of yourself that pulls us to want to eat certain things. Because, they put things in food to make you want more. And it's real. But we have to also learn how to discipline ourselves and self-control. And we gotta start standing up for our souls and our spirits. And understanding that that's way more important than this fleshly body. Because the fleshly body can have you out here sick. Because the fleshly body don't care. Whatever it wants to get. And you have to begin to control the fleshly part of yourself. Whether that's doing a fasting sometimes, monthly really, as far as, clearing yourself from certain toxins, and also gaining the grips on your mind and your body and your flesh sometimes to wear yourself off of certain things that your mind and your souls and your spirit and your fleshly part of you is pulling you towards sometimes, because it's known as the flesh, not necessarily the soul and the spirits. It's your flesh. And again, your flesh can become weak. And again, we all can make excuses about things, but it's all about working on ourselves. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall sometimes, but it's about getting up and correcting yourself and trying again for the new day. Again, it's about wearing yourself off of things. If you've been on certain things for your whole life, it's going to take you time to wear yourself off of things. It took me time to wear myself off of things. And it's going to take everybody, however long it may take for certain people, to wear yourself off of things. But again, stick to the right path and the purpose of why you're doing these things. Your purpose should be to get back to the Most High and the ways of the Most High, because that is the most important thing. Should be the most important thing in your life, really. Because, again, That's what life is all about. Understanding that there's ways to live this life. And we have to learn what the Most High wants for us is the best. And we have to stop fighting with the flesh. That good battle within you're going to have, though. And you're going to have to start standing up for your soul part of you. Your spirit's part of you. It's going to have to stand. But you're going to need that good soul food, that good nourishment, so you can stand strong and knowing what it is. And again, get your mind right, and your body will follow through time. That's how it's going to work. That's exactly how it worked for me. But again, everybody is different, and everybody has different experiences to share on how they did what they needed to do. Again, we all can learn from each other, and I'm just sharing my experience, and I know this will also help someone else. Again, that is what is needed. That's what it's going to take in order to get to this high frequency. And it sounds simple, right? But as you look at your life, and you look around, and you start questioning why you do things and why you put certain things in your mouth, and it starts to get real, real quick. So, let me just say, the journey is not easy, but it does get easier through time once you start creating better habits for yourself. And again, it takes 30 days to change a habit. So it's going to take time, especially certain things that you've been doing. It's going to take time. And you have to wear yourself with people that are mentally at the state you want to be. You have to, get around people that are at that state and living their life in that way that you want to be in order to get that strength up, to build your strength up. Because it also helps to see other people around you doing the same thing. Because if you're around people and they're looking at you like you're crazy and why you're doing certain things, question mark. Because let me just say, in this journey, it's going to require you sometimes to be in solitude. It's going to require you sometimes to be in isolation, at times to get your mind right, and so you can start hearing the Most High speak to you and get that inner hearing going again, and hearing the inner voice again. And it's going to require you to get away from influences that are really not all that great for you, especially when you're trying to move to the next level spiritually. Some people may not understand person, places, and things are real as far as influences, and you're going to have to learn how to be, in a sense, your own best friend, because a lot of people are not going to understand everything that you're doing, even if you do try to explain and tell people, because people have to be already on that wavelength. And if they even don't know, they have to have more of an open mind. And if you already know, they looking at you like, what? Then okay. It's all about